this might be my most controversial build yet. So, let's get started. Let's start off with the Ryzen 5 5500. A lot of reviewers actually hate this chip, and I kinda hate it myself, mainly because the performance is on par with the Ryzen 5 3600, but without the Gen 4 support, and it also costs a little bit more. But since it does sell better in flips because people do prefer the 5000 series name, I'm opting to use it in this build. For the motherboard, I'm using this. According to the Facebook Marketplace seller, it's a B450 board, but it's a little bit weird. See, the motherboard is called A34-AMD, and if you know anything about computers, that's not standard because usually it has the chipset within its name. Doing a little bit of digging, I found that their website states it's either an A320 or B450 chipset, so what this most likely means is that this is a legit board, but it's mass produced and they slap on whichever chipset that the buyer wants, either an A320 or B450 board, making it all the more controversial and perfect for this build. Now the RAM is the first of two things that isn't at all controversial, being just a normal 16GB kit from Crucial, but it is my slowest DDR4 kit at the moment, being clocked in at just 3000 MHz. But you want to know what isn't slow? This is the Oracle Raceline Champion, which is actually the sponsor of today's video. This is typically listed at about 85 USD, so freedom bucks, not maple syrups, but for the price you're still getting a really nice 32GB kit of DDR5 clocked in at a fast 64,000 MHz. It also has a pretty decent CL rating of just 32. Oracle sent this kit for me to check out, and it's really good. When tested against more main brand and expensive sticks, this is easily keeping up with the pack. So if you're looking for a good value, fast kit of RAM, then you might want to check this one out for your next gaming PC build. It has a super clean and minimal design, which I personally really like. Anyways, next up for storage, this is a 1TB SSD, and not only is it using the slower, yet in my opinion perfectly fine and acceptable connection style, being SATA 3, it's from a Chinese brand, and now personally I really like this brand. Haven't had any issues with the product thus far, but since it is a Chinese product and it's from AliExpress, people are bound to find it more controversial. So once again, perfect for this build. For the power supply, this is the second item that isn't fully controversial. I do want to be able to use this build and not let it explode, so I will be putting it in a good unit. If you're a concurrent viewer, you might recognize this power supply, being it's the high power J600GD, which is basically a power supply I have used for a lot of these builds. This is a tier B power supply, so it's more than good enough for the parts selected, even including the GPU, which is the final part to talk about and the most controversial part yet. What we have is the 3060 Mobile Edition. See, the mobile edition of the famous RTX 3060 is really weird and a bit controversial. Not only is it a Frankenstein card, it also needs Frankenstein drivers. It has half the VRAM of the normal 3060 at just 6GB, and only has one output, being just a single HDMI port. Now, I know there are other variants that have better features than the one that I have, but realistically, if you are getting a 3060, it's going to be similar to the one I have here. And because of those downsides, it's going to work absolutely great in this build. So, let's get building. Despite the parts used, the performance is actually really good, which is to be expected. As controversial as the parts are, they're good. Especially the 3060M, which despite the aforementioned issues, is still a great graphics card. And it's proven to have basically 3060 performance at half the power draw. Even if you don't like these parts, you can't deny that they're still perfectly fine for PC gaming. Anyways, that's it from me. If you want to purchase this PC, then check it out at my website, pawntech.cart.co. If you want to discuss this PC, feel free to do so in the comments below, and most importantly, have a great day. Peace.